What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian, the D.A. Albritton, James, the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on, everybody? It's another Thursday night for the Sports Chasers podcast coming to you live and direct, where we give sports unadulterated, no hot takes, none of that stuff, man. Hey, we got a really good show lined up for you tonight. We got Dan with hockey with the NHL. We got the DA. He's going to talk some baseball, the WBC Classic. A lot of things to get to. Edwin Diaz, Mets fans, you got to be sick. Got hurt during a celebration. We'll talk about that. Mike Mills, he'll come on and talk about, won't come on, but he'll be here shortly. He'll talk about the NCAA Tournament today. I believe Virginia got bounced already. Wow. Yikes. Messed up your brackets, y'all. NFL news, free agent moves, what's going on? A lot of moves going on. My Giants, good pickup. My man from the Raiders. We just fleeced the Raiders on that one. NBA news, we'll talk a little bit about that. Some of the games going on. Ja Morant. Just got a note from one of our people. Hey, shout out to my man V-Lac. He's on the check-in on the comments today. He sent me a text here a few minutes ago and notify and let me know that, hey, MJ, number 23 for the Chicago Bulls. It looks like there's rumors that he might sell the team, sell the Charlotte Hornets. So we'll talk about that. Also, I want to get into a little TV side. This affects some of y'all, most of y'all. Bally Sports, parent company, files bankruptcy. Those that have been cussing, Bally Sports, those that have been cussing in the dark. I know Dan does sometimes about his Penguins. He can't watch them because of Bally Sports blacking out the games and all that. But we'll talk about that too. But before we get into all that, I'm going to introduce the crew going left and right on my screen. We got the DA. DA, what's up, brother? What's going on today? How are you?
Hey, man, life is good, man. We here.
No doubt.
Hey, and Michael Jordan being a bad owner don't hurt him being a good player. All right, you separate that. Because the LBJ sexuals. Oh, I see here that he can't even own a team.
Nope. Yeah, you're right off the rib, DA. There you go.
But that's where it's going. You're ready to be saying that tomorrow morning, or tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow night, or whenever the fuck he comes on.
Oh man, our first 2 minutes we're cussing. Dan, what's up, bro?
Not much. What's happening? Doing good. A little bit sore. My back's a little bit sore. Had to carry my buddy at Call of Duty ranked last night. So we're recovering.
Gotcha. We got the angry one, James Eric. What's up, brother? How are you tonight, bro? How are you?
Oh man, we good, man. We here, man. It's been a minute. It's good to be back. Toxic Dan is in the building. Toxic DA is in the building, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
DA also
be like in the comments. Yeah, it's a good Thursday, man.
It's a good night. Like I said, D-Double will be joining us shortly. He's running a little late, and Mike Mills also. But got my hockey jersey on tonight. As you can see, got the Sports Chasers, got the captain, number 1. And we're gonna lead up with hockey tonight. We got Dan K. I'm going to give it to Dan, who talks a little hockey, man. Go ahead, Dan. What you got for us tonight, bro?
Well, as we speak, watching the Rangers and Penguins play, with 3 minutes to go in the first, Rangers are up 1-0. So we've had your number so far this year. We beat you twice. Beat you twice, I think twice, 3-2. And I think we play 3 games in like 10 days against you guys. I think we play again Saturday. So this, depending on how this game goes, Saturday's game could get a little ugly. But we'll see. But The power rankings, not a lot has changed. A few things have impacted some of those teams, but you still got
Talk about
Boston.
it.
You got Boston, leading the league still. They went 7-3-0 the last 10. Second, you got the Canes. They're struggling a little bit. They went 6-4-0. The big thing with them is Svechnikov is hurt. He's done for the year with a knee injury. So hopefully some of those additions they got at the trade deadline can step up and they can work some young kids in line for something to keep that chemistry and keep going. Third, you got the Devils. Fourth, you got the Golden Knights. They went 7-2-1 their last 10. And the big thing with them is we know Leonard was basically out all year due to injury. They traded Fleury. And then they had Logan Thompson, who he got hurt. So they went and traded with the Kings and got Jonathan Quick, which
Yes.
I guess the lights in Vegas must help because, he's 4-0 with a .930 save percentage and a shutout in the 4 games. So they may move up. Well, I mean, they're top of their division. But they may move up a little bit in the overall rankings at the end of the year.
Dan, your sound got a little muted.
You good?
You still sound a little muffled. You can work with it as you can talk, but go ahead.
Okay. But, we got the Leafs at number 5. They went 6-3-1. One of their additions, Ryan O'Reilly, he hurt his hand like the second game in with them. He got the metal brace over his finger. They're hoping to get him back by the playoffs. We'll have to see. Then we got the Stars at number 6. Your Rangers went 5-4-1 in their last 10. So they're struggling a bit too. And hopefully we can take advantage of that the next couple of games and get some points so we can get a little breathing room in this wild card run. And then we got the Kings, Wild. The Wild went 7-0-3. They're one of the hotter teams in the last 10. They also had a nice little game against St. Louis the other night. We'll get into that in a little bit. But then we got Tampa, the Lightning. I don't know what's going on if they figure they're in the playoffs so they don't have to play the rest of the season. They're just going to wait till they get to the playoffs, which you can't blame them. They've been in the Stanley Cup final 3 years in a row, so they played a lot of hockey. They played a lot of hockey, but they went 3-5-2 in their last 10. And then we got the Avs, the Oilers, the Kraken, which Kraken are only 1 point behind Edmonton, and they got a game in hand. So we'll see if the Kraken can move into that last top 3 spot instead of the wild card. And then we got my Pens. They were 7-2-1, but 2 of our trade additions already got hurt. Kulikov is out, and then I don't know how this happened, but Benito had a lacerated kidney.
Yikes!
And had to get I don't know if it happened. I don't think it happened in the game, but yeah, it was just weird. And then we got the Jets and the Islanders pulling up the last 2 spots of the power rankings, and then like we were talking. Wild card situation right now, the Pens and the Islanders are tied with 78 points, and Florida and Washington are the next 2 teams below them at 73. So they got to make up 5 points, and I think it's everybody's got. I think the most games left are 16, and then anywhere from 16 to 12 games left is what they got. So every team. So it's going to be tough for them to make that up and get into the playoffs. Maybe one of them gets hot. And then on the other side, you got the Kraken and the Jets that are in the wild card positions. The Kraken have 81 points and the Jets have 79. But then you also have Nashville and the Flames right on the cusp of that wild card spot. The Preds have 75 points and the Flames have 74. So the Preds the Preds have been playing well since they made all their deals and got rid of most of their veteran guys, but we'll see. The playoffs probably are set. Maybe one team is going to drop out, and one of these other teams is going to catch them. And then we got. So this is what's crazy to me. I need to pull out how many games they've played.
Who's that?
The Oilers. They played 68 games. So that's why they got 14 left.
14 left.
McDavid already has 129 points.
Oh, that's insane, man.
And as well as I did back in the heyday, when you had Gretzky and Lemieux and those guys, Yari Curry and all them, it was normal for people to get 100 points. But over the last probably 10 years, nobody gets up to, or nobody's been getting up to where McDavid is right now.
So let me ask you this, Dan. Let me interject. Why has that been like that for the last 10 years, in your opinion?
Well, I think that the game's changing. You got bigger players, bigger goaltenders. It's a lot harder to score because the skill's there. Remember back in the day, if you see some of these old time pictures, in between periods, you got guys sitting at their locker with a beer in a hand having a cigarette. But now, it's full year round training. Everybody's in the best shape of their life. And, look at Rod Brendamore when he played. It was like they chiseled him. He was just in such great shape. But that's the difference. That people are bigger, they're faster, and it's a lot harder to score. And you just look what McDavid does. He's so fast that, he just makes people look silly. Like, these are professionals. Guys that won Norris trophies on defense, that he just makes them look silly. So it's rare, but it's good to see. The next closest guy is his teammate with 100, and Leon Draisaitl.
Right.
The next closest guy that's not his teammate is Kucherov with 96 points. So
speed kills.
Yeah. So yeah, like if you ever get a chance to watch Connor McDavid, you got to watch him. He's unbelievable. Like the shit he does. I'm trying to think who it was against, but the other night he skated out towards the blue line, and I think he went between 3 defenders where he was on his forehand, turned his hips, skated backwards, pulled the puck with him, and then turned back around, like basically back through 3 of them and went right around all of them. I was like, holy crap.
Dan, you had a question from VLAC. He says, why can't the NBA get the same training? I think VLAC is trying to set you up, but go ahead.
Oh, they have the same training. They just make a whole lot more money.
Wow.
They play the same amount of games, right? So I think McDavid is making 12 something, 12 point mil, something.
No Supermax.
That is the Supermax. So.
Yeah. So
Connor McDavid currently is making $12 million a year, $12.5 for the 2022-23 season. $1 million in signing bonuses for the 26-year-old.
Is this the last year on his contract?
That is correct.
Oh, that's what it is. He's playing for that money. Just wait till he signs that contract.
Yeah, he's not going to get $45 million, but he's played 68 games. He's played every single game. The only, and that's the difference is you got guys in another league that get paid a shit pile of money. Even look at what football's doing. They only play 16 games. And do the math at what Deshaun Watson made to play 6 games. How much he probably made more a game than most of the NHL players make in a year. But it comes down to these guys are more, in my opinion, more humble and appreciative of everything that their family sacrificed for them to play this game to get where they are. That they're going to play every night. You're going to have to drag them on. Hell, the one guy from Dallas had a heart attack on the bench and wanted to try to play again. This was a few years ago, but it's a different breed. Like the competition and the will to play. There's not another sport that's like it. Maybe soccer.
Gotcha.
But definitely not baseball, and definitely not football, and definitely not basketball. But and then you got Boston, like we're talking about the good players up front now. Both of them, both their goalies are ridiculous. Linus Ullmark is 33-5, a 197 save percentage with 2 shutouts. Swayman is 16-6, a 237 save percentage and 2 shutouts also. So yeah, they've won 49 games and lost 11 between the two of them. But I think, I saw where people were like, oh, well, it was a post, I think, on one of the Facebook groups for NHL hockey or whatever. And I could already tell he was a Leafs fan. But it's like, I told you this team, they're beatable. Look what the Hawks did to them, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be one and done. They're going to be out in the first round. And I'm like, you do realize that they have nothing to play for. No one's going to catch them for the President's Cup or trophy. Why play? They're going to have down nights where they don't play well. And at the end of the day, when they get to the playoffs, I mean, this team's going to be a monster. The only thing I think with Boston is probably Swayman might get a few more starts just so he can be sharp, because he hasn't played a ton all year. Not only to maybe give Allmark a little bit of rest, but they want this other guy to be sharp just in case, because we all know when it comes to the playoffs, injuries happen. It's a different game, and you do need two goaltenders to get through the playoffs a lot of times. Speaking of goaltenders, when I was talking about the Minnesota Wild St. Louis game, I think it was 8-5 Minnesota won, and Binnington gave up 5 goals, and I think in a row too. But Hartman came down, scored a goal, and he was going out across the front of the crease. Mind you, Binnington was outside the crease. He lightly bumped him with his skate and his pad. Well, we all know how Binnington is. His dumbass got up, ran to the scrum where they were celebrating, and basically gave him a forearm shiver with the paddle of his goalie stick to start a bunch of shit. And this was on TNT, by the way.
Right.
So then Fleury, the other night when they played San Jose, there was a scrum, and Reimer won the fight. Fleury was like, nah, I'm not coming down there. Well, this time he skated all the way down the other end of the rink and tried to get a piece of Binnington. But the referees wouldn't let him go. I was pissed, because somebody needs to kick that kid's ass, because he's a little hothead. He wants all this smoke. Somebody needs to give it to him.
Somebody needs to give him the fire. You're right.
But we're getting down to, like I said, there's going to be a couple teams have 16 games. Most of them are anywhere from 15 to 12. So the push for the playoffs is on, and it's going to be an exciting couple of weeks here to see how this turns out and who ends up making it. And the other thing I did want to mention, I saw where both Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby came out and said that they wanted the playoff format changed. So right now you have the top 3 in each, like the Metro, each inside each conference, to 2 divisions. The top 3 teams in each make it, and then you have the top 2 point getters after that be the wild card. So this year there's going to be 3 teams from the Atlantic, like Boston, Tampa, and Toronto, but the other 5 are going to be from the Metro. So because the Pens and the Islanders right now, they have those spots.
Right.
But what Crosby's saying, like, go back, and McDavid, is to go back to the old system where 1 played 8, and it was basically, they had 3 divisions back then. But so you would have Boston and Carolina, since they both are going to win their division, probably.
Be the top 2.
They'd be the top 2, but Boston has the top record. So they would get, and then everybody else that makes the playoffs is solely based on points between those 2 divisions.
So I'm sorry. So they usually had 3 divisions in the conference. So you got the top 3 division winners, and then whoever has the most points or wins or whatever, they come. I mean, that makes the most sense.
But what's good about it is because right now you got like Boston, Toronto, and Tampa, I believe, is the order of the standings. So Boston's going to get to play right now. They would play the Islanders because they got the best record.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Carolina would play Pittsburgh, I believe. But Tampa and the Leafs are going to have to play first round. So they're going to end up, one of the good teams is going to get bounced in the first round because they have to play each other that early. Because really, Toronto would be probably 3rd seed. So they should actually be playing the 6th seed instead of like the way it is now. It's probably like the 4th seed.
Right.
So let me pull up the standings real quick.
Yeah.
So, and then after the first set of games, the first series where they have the 8 teams, split into 4 games, 2 versus, 1 versus 1 in each one, they would reseed after that. So it's not like the NCAA bracket where you get seeded at once, and then once you win, you play whatever number. Boston would continually get the lowest seed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So say there was an upset, where the third seed got beat by the sixth seed. And if the sixth seed was the highest remaining seed out of the 4 teams left, Boston would get to play them, and then the other 2 teams would play. That's the way it used to be. And I kind of like that because, you got, I understand Bettman wants rivalries, so they want to keep that interdivision matchup. But a lot of times you end up bouncing teams that have a legit chance to win the Stanley Cup, but got to play like the second best team in the division, not in the conference final.
Right.
Well,
you're playing the first round.
Mm-hmm. I was saying you still can have. So is Bettman talking about having division? Conference or division foes within the regular season or in the playoffs? And
well, they're going to keep the same format they got right now,
right?
So the top 3 in the Atlantic and top 3 in the Metro, they're automatically in, and then everybody else fights for the last 2 wild card spots. And like I said, so Toronto's going to play Tampa in the first round, and then Carolina's should probably get the Penguins. So then the Rangers are going to end up playing Jersey.
Right.
So it's like,
oh man, if you good enough, you surpass that.
That's what
I get what you're saying, though. I do like.
That's what I was about to say.
I do like what you're saying, though. I do like the simpler, just the top 2 teams, and then everybody else just fall where they may. But I get what you're saying. I prefer that. But if you're good enough, if you have a chance, man, regardless of who you got in that first round, second round, you should be able to pull something off, man. If it's your year.
I mean, I'm a proponent of that format that the players want in all sports, whether it be basketball, whether it be baseball, whether it be football, because like you got all the 3 divisions of football, and for the longest time, the AFC North just beat the shit out of each other, so it was like 9-8 or 8-9 or 8-8, whatever, and they're getting in a home game in the playoffs and they're playing a team that was 13-3 in their division, but they didn't get the first spot, and they got to play the first game on the road. It's like, clearly they're a better team. They should get the home game.
Right.
And it's the same way with baseball too. I think that the way they do it is kind of stupid too. Just take whoever got if you're going to have a bye, whoever got the best record, they get the bye, and then everybody else, it doesn't matter what division you play in, whoever has the best record, those are the ones that go to the game. They'll play the playoffs.
For real, I just want to see the best versus the best. I don't care. Sometimes it just pans out. Low seed beats said team, knocks them out. I mean, I don't know. That's just part of the game. But I do. Well,
you got to look at see. You got to look at it this way too.
1-on-1s play.
It's if you go back to it, right? And this is the right time for that conversation, right? So everybody on TV, casual fan, loves to see the Cinderella,
right?
But if it gets down to the end, everybody wants to see Carolina play Duke, or they want to, just proverbially, not all the time, you know what I mean? But you want to see the best teams play the best teams, right? Because the reality is that, in the tournament, anything can happen. This is what happens, but not necessarily the best team, though, right? It's not necessarily the best team. You're just a better team that night. Don't mean you're the best team. It just means you're the better team that night. And I remember everybody thought Mark Jackson was crazy when he said that when Indiana lost to somebody. He said, we were the better team. When we lost in the playoffs to somebody, they were like, well, you lost. You couldn't have been the better. No, you can be the better team. You just don't have to win. Didn't play the better game. Didn't have the better night. So, because that's what, and let's wink, wink. The betting money is on the 2 best teams playing.
Right.
So that's my wink, wink for tonight. So
that's a wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
Dan, what else you got for us before we tap out on hockey?
No, I was just going to say that the NHL finally got tired of Bennington and his little antics of being an idiot, so they gave him 2 games to think about it.
So Jordan, you got to sit down, Jordan. Time.
Like I said, he wants to smoke. I hope somebody gives it to him before the end of the year.
Right. So okay. Anything else,
I just
Dan?
got one. I
Go
just got
ahead.
one
I'm
question
sorry.
for Dan. How bad is that injury for Carolina? Does that really hurt their chances of possibly moving forward?
Well, I'll say this: he's a big part of their team, but even still, he hasn't been having one of the. I think he was, what was it? He hadn't scored a goal for almost like 14 games at one point. So it's like he does other things, and he's physical. He plays defense. He's fast. He makes good passes. So it's one of those things where I think they can get around it because they do have. I'm trying to think who, because they got Pulley from Edmonton, which hopefully they change the scenery and he's not in Edmonton dealing with, because Edmonton, as far as Canadian media and press, is a tough city to play in. So for him to get out of there and come to Carolina, where it's a little bit relaxed, it's not New York type of press. Hopefully he can pick up some slack there, or from him being out. I mean, they're going to miss him, but I still think they can still get through the playoffs. I mean, it's you just basically look at the coach and look at his mentality. Is it's next man up. Injuries happen, but somebody's got to step up, and whether that's one player or just the other players that were on his line, helping whoever they plug into that line to make it work.
Right.
So I mean, it hurts them, but at the end of the day, I think they can still get through.
Okay.
Cool.
Gotcha. He's Dan with hockey. I feel like I got to get some music for Dan. Thank you, Dan. We appreciate that. We're gonna move on to the DA. The DA with the World Baseball Classic and a little bit of MLB. DA, what you got for us? What's going on for the World Baseball Classic? And I'll get my little 7 cents in of what other people are talking about. He's smiling. Go ahead, DA. What you got for us, brother, before you blow up? You already started cussing 2 minutes into the show. Go ahead. Okay, we got $5, sir. Go ahead and send that. Go ahead and put your QR code up there, because yeah.
You go ahead, Kev. Put up the QR. We can do that. Y'all donate up to help me out.
Yep, there you go. Hold on. Yeah, DA, $5 every time your mic is not on. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
We good? All right,
Yeah,
so
good, bro. Yeah.
All right,
Good.
so
World Baseball Classic. What you got?
World Baseball Classic, right? So we got we're on to the kind of the semifinal rounds right now.
Yes, this weekend.
So Cuba, who started off real slow, they won Pool A, all right, and they beat Australia to come out, all right, and they'll be waiting for the winner of the USA, who is Pool C, against the Pool D winner, which is Venezuela, right? So they're going to fight it out to see who gets to play Cuba, which is going to be good either way, because Cuba has some pitching and they move the ball around. This is like really not American baseball in the way that it's a lot of hit and run. Not everybody's hitting home runs. There's a lot of really good pitching, and they are stealing bases. So it's a little bit off for folks that are not used to watching all around baseball, where like there are guys that can hit the ball 500 feet every time they get there. So that's where we're at with the type of baseball that's being played. And to me, it's good baseball. So on the other side, we have Japan, who is the Pool B winner, playing. They beat Italy, who was the Pool A runner-up.
Yes.
And they'll be waiting for the Pool D runner-up, which is Puerto Rico, and we'll talk about that in a second. And who plays against the Pool C winner, which is Mexico, which was surprising. But it shouldn't be that surprising because they're like across the street from America. So if this is the game we play, this is the game they play. And if you're good, you're good. So that's where you're at. And maybe we'll see more Mexican players coming out of Mexico to MLB. But that should be really exciting for a few reasons, right? So the USA is going to have a game on their hands, because to come out of Pool D, which had Venezuela, Puerto Rico, and DR in that pool, and to be the winner of said pool, that means there's nothing to be trifled with. So let's not think this is going to be a walk in the park for the U.S. team against Venezuela. And two, for Mexico, they played well the whole tournament. So, Puerto Rico, will they come down off the high of beating the Dominican Republic? Not necessarily sure, but it should be fun to watch. So that's where we're at as far as the games that are coming up and what we can look forward to regarding the World Baseball Classic. All right. Now, I'm going to jump into my 2 minutes of beef.
No, look. So let me set you up.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna set you up. So so if you didn't know, I started the top of the show and I said Edwin Diaz, for all you Mets fans. Edwin Diaz got hurt during the celebration with Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico wound up beating, what was that, Venezuela? I'm sorry,
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic, right?
DR.
Yeah. They beat him. I believe he even pitched that game because I didn't get a chance to see it. Very good game.
He struck out the last 3 batters, man.
He's been dope with the Mets, and he continues to be dope now. So during the celebration, we're very passionate game. These games to me remind me of soccer games overseas. Actually, how the fans interact and stuff like that. So it's down here in South Florida, and they're playing in now they're playing the finals here, the finals and the semifinals in home Lone Depot Park in Miami, former Marlins Park where the Miami Marlins play at. So he was celebrating. Unfortunately, he hurt himself. He had to get carted off in a wheelchair. He's done for the year. He's tore his ACL and all this. So you hear a lot of the talking heads. Guess what talking heads? But some talking heads were talking negative. They said these are worthless exhibition games. Don't understand why we're playing these games during spring training. Why can't they play them during the fall and winter league? I don't understand why this is what happens. I'll give my 2 cents. I think anything in life, if you act like you're scared, it's going to happen anyway. You can't live your life scared. Just my opinion. Just if I'm a wellness coach or a coach, I'll be saying you have to live your life, right? Things are going to happen with life. You can't live in a bubble. With that said, I'll give it to DA. DA, your thoughts on what people are saying that this is a worthless exhibition series. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm an American, man. My family's from different islands and whatnot, but I'm an American. I love my country. All right. But we got to stop being so fucking arrogant, man. All right. So this is part 1. The Dominican Puerto Rican thing is big.
Yes.
Right. Those are probably the 2 biggest imports in baseball, point blank, period, none. Right. So yeah, they have pride in their baseball chops on both sides for years. Me growing up in Spanish Harlem, I remember when the beef was real. Like they'd be fighting. Like I remember when the beef was real, right? So right now it was just a big game. It was all-stars on both teams.
Yes.
Big game. He got hurt, like you said, Kev. Sometimes things happen, right? So that's part 1. Part 2 for the talking heads that come out here spewing the propaganda is, all right, guys, there's a 12-month calendar, and I need you guys to get a pen, pencil. Maybe you want to write this shit down, do like a stick figures with the ones that you count 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. More people are watching the Baseball World Classic from Asia and South America, meaning to say they're not going to do it during their regular seasons. They're going to do this when their seasons aren't playing, not when our season isn't playing. Right, so we gotta do it for the major leagues. No, y'all don't watch baseball here in the first fucking place.
Oops.
Mm-hmm. Why do they care? Mm-hmm. There are more people watching in Japan, Korea, and China and Taipei watching this right now than will probably watch. Not saying the whole season, but numerically for a game. If you check the Far East games, and it was crazy, like sold out, like they were singing like soccer. Like it's real. Like what they do there, this is real, right? So you guys need to understand that maybe, just maybe, it's not about the American dollar. Maybe it's about the rest of the world's dollars. Maybe it's about what the rest of the world wants to see, right? So if you had this, and remember when everybody go back to COVID, and when they were playing baseball overseas, when they were doing it, right? So you can't do it in their season, which is not while our season's going on.
Right.
You know, they're not giving up what they do over there. Oh no, they're not giving up their season. Their players will play this in the off season. And it's too close to our season. Well, you know what? Major League Baseball, cut down your season to 62 games. Nobody watches. This is what the rest of the world is telling you. So, if it's that important, and you guys love baseball so much, watch and support. Click and subscribe to your games. Do whatever the fuck it is, but do it. Because if not, the rest of the world's watching you, and they see that Americans don't watch baseball. They see how it's fallen from the 70s to now. They see it. So why would they move their season
in a second?
No, I'm out. But why would they move their season over? For what reason? I'll wait.
I just got one question.
Go ahead, E.
These same talking heads that had all this shit to say about, why this and why that. Are these same talking heads talking when these NBA players are out playing pickup games and they get hurt? Is this the same backlash come from them then? When they playing at the Rucker and all these other, because they have a passion of actually playing. When they get hurt, is that the same backlash? No? Oh, okay. Never mind. I just thought I'd ask.
And I'll ask Dan before I ask Dan this, and I'll ask him right now. Dan, your thoughts on this, and you're a hockey guy. The NHL guys play in the Olympics. Your thoughts?
For the love of country, that is, in the hockey world, that is more important than the Stanley Cup, the Olympic gold medal. I mean, they all want to win a Stanley Cup, but you see Crosby when he scored a game-winning gold medal game against the USA. They jumped, everybody jumped up, stuff went flying. It's a huge deal. And I think part of the problem is like DA said, it is not with the players, because I'm sure in every sport that plays in these types of matchups or games or tournaments, they all have that love for their country and want to play and want to win. I think it's the talking heads in the media and the like of that, or fans that think that the Super Bowl is the greatest game ever, or the World Series is all that matters. Well, it's not. How's the World Series when North America is the only one that plays in it? But you know what I'm saying. I think that everybody has it in their head that the Stanley Cup is the greatest thing, or the World Series is the greatest thing, or whatever in each of those sports. But you got to look at it where most of these players that came over to the United States from Europe to play hockey, or the Far East to play baseball, like Otani, it's their country. Playing for their country means more to them than playing in the Major League Baseball or whatever sport they play in. I mean, just look at soccer. Like we talked about that earlier. It's that is the biggest thing. So for me, I think it's just us being naive that these leagues and their championships mean more than events that are, or tournaments that are worldwide.
I'll say this. I think it's a lot of nerve for some of these folks, these talking heads, to get on there. And like DA said, y'all don't even watch, Twins versus Tigers on a July 9th night. Y'all don't even put it. I mean, it's at the bottom of the ticker. That's it. So now all of a sudden, now we care because other people care. And why are they doing this? That's my thing with the arrogance of what I was hearing this morning. I was like, well, see, y'all don't even put this on. I won't even say the network name, but y'all don't even treat the sport what y'all pay for it to advertise it, to put it out there. Both networks. And y'all got a lot to say about this because it's a meaningless exhibition games. Why are they playing this? Why do these owners need to clamp down on these players for not letting them?
Exhibition. That's the problem. It's not an exhibition.
Go ahead, DA.
It's
elaborate.
not an exhibition. It's just what Dan said. Cats is playing for their country, man. They're playing for the Dominican Republic. They're playing for Puerto Rico. They're playing for Venezuela. They're not playing for the dollars. And again, a lot of folks in the media, and I said this with football players, and I hate it when this shit happens, but they think the end all, the be all for everybody out here is a dollar bill. And yeah, we all got to play bills and we all got to do what we do. But it's like when guys say, oh, he going to take that deal. Don't worry. He going to come back. He need that money. Man, get the fuck out of here. Don't tell me what I need. Right? So these guys are making money, right? These guys make money or they don't, right? So you got the guy from England. He's from Georgia. He played for Britain. What's his name? Harry something.
Yes.
Smacking home runs. The dog. He had a chance to go play. You know, he wasn't going to play with the U.S. team. You know, had some family members from England. They found a way, and he got there to play. Boom, he out there playing. You know, first off, as Dan said, dudes just want to play at the highest level that they can possibly play.
Yes.
So if you're a AAA guy and you get to play against some other pro guys from somewhere else, bam, I'm in. You can say I'm from Zimbabwe. Let's go do it.
And you can get a deal, right? That me and Daryl was discussing, D-Dub was discussing. There was a 19-year-old kid from Nicaragua that got a deal with the Tigers. Am I right, D-Dub?
Yes, sir.
But what I'm saying is, and Vilak is right, it might be the biggest event that some of these guys ever get to play in. This may be their chance to get from AAA to the majors. This may be the eyesight that, oh, well, wow, he did that against a major league pitcher just now. He didn't do that against AA pitching. We thought he was just a AA guy. You know, but again, it's not just an exhibition for everybody. Everybody's going to have their own motivations and their own reasons for doing what they do. That's all. Let's not. Man, stop talking for other people and get your hands out my motherfucking pockets. All right. Thank you.
Get your hands out my pockets. Get your hands out my pocket. D-Dub, your thoughts?
Yo, let me just say this: the prize pool for the WBC $300,000 for being in the WBC. All right. World Baseball Classic. That's what you get as a team. Plus $300,000 for winning your pool, $400,000 for getting to the quarterfinal round, $500,000 for reaching the semifinals, $500,000.
This was
for
per
reaching.
play?
And that's the only thing I need clarification if it's per player.
No,
$500,000 for reaching
okay.
the championship game. It might just be team because I think there's a pool it's a $14 million pool if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And $1 million for winning the championship game. So, I mean, this is what we're talking about. So the goal goes again to, it's not about the money. Some of these cats are making way more than that. And then some of them are not. Like, again, like you just said, there's a pitcher that struck out like almost, I think, what was he? He was, you know who I'm talking about, Kev, because I brought it up to you, but he struck out the side or something like that. Ended up getting a deal from the Tigers. A minor league.
K. Hebert.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not butchering the man's name, but
right.
Hebert, yes.
So, again, Kev, we talked about this earlier. Again, pride of country. For some reason, it used to be a thing to have pride for your country, USA, blah, blah, blah. But as the years went on.
Not a political show, but a sports show. Here you go.
I'm just telling you what I'm feel, man. I'm serious. That's it. That's it. Let these guys want to play for their country. What's the problem? What is the problem? Because
Edwin Diaz is the problem. As a Met fan, look at Mike Mills.
Listen, good and well, one player don't make the team in baseball. I've never seen that one. Go ahead, E.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, and Mike Mills would tell you that his team's still going to be a suspect come next year anyway, with Diaz there or not. So anyway, go
That's
ahead.
what I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
And again, an injury happens, next man up. What are we talking about? We've seen a player lose, your team lose one player. Come on. So
well,
I'm just saying.
The other thing too is how frequently do baseball players get hurt like that?
Exactly.
I mean, they play 40 years. I mean,
he'll be back.
He'll be back.
And let's be clear,
it's not like pitching. It's not like it was his arm. So I don't know, man.
And was the Mets going to the World Series? That we know. I mean, I know they got
allegedly
a pretty good squad.
Allegedly.
I don't think they
possibly
right on time.
Possibly.
Mike Mills with
doubt it.
And the Pirates are winning their division.
Shit. I mean, if we ain't going, neither is y'all. I mean,
it's up for grabs, man. Hey,
we two sides of the same.
I just want to see a good season. It don't matter to me, but
you pitch and we just can't win. I mean,
your one guy is not going to shut down your whole season. I'm sorry.
But he's a crucial spot. That's a
dog. You can find you go in your mind, go in your what you call it, your farm system.
So who's the Yankees closer? Let me ask that.
You know what? I don't know, and I don't even care.
Exactly.
It doesn't even matter.
There you go.
It doesn't even matter.
We don't have one. We don't have one. But the point is that dude didn't even hurt himself pitching.
Right.
Like he hurt himself after. Like he could have hurt himself walking.
He could have walking to the car.
I said this 3 weeks ago when we started talking about this shit. I said, "Yo, why? It is pointless. What are they playing for?" And now look, now you done tore your knee celebrating it's the group play. Like, come on, really?
Hey.
Y'all was celebrating that hard? Y'all
no. Yeah, that's big. You know how that is.
That ain't foolishness.
Mike, you from New York. Well, you young. So you might not really know what that Dominican Puerto Rican thing is about.
I know what it is.
You know what it is then. You know what it is then, man. You know what it is.
Yeah, but this ain't a street fight. It's a baseball game.
Hey, no, it's a street fight. It's serious because that's bragging rights. That's actually the Caribbean bragging rights right there, right?
That is true.
DR
versus Puerto Rico.
That's it. That's the bragging rights.
And now you done messed up your real bag because you tore up your knee.
He's still gonna get paid.
Well, he still got paid. He still got paper.
Baseball, buddy.
It's baseball, man.
I'm mad we paid him. I said we paid him too much.
Be all right.
Hey, Diaz got the bag.
Get hurt every day, B. He be all right. He can find
it. Yeah, all right. It's easy to say when it's not your closer.
Hey, man, even still, regardless if it's the Mets, the Twins, or whoever, man, that's why you have a manager. That's why you have a scout system. That's why you have a farm system. Come on, man.
Yeah.
If being a closer was that easy, we would all be on the mound on Thursday nights instead of here.
Listen.
Well, if you got on that offense, you shouldn't need no closer.
Oh. Hey, listen.
Didn't I just say we couldn't win? Didn't I just say that? I just said that, didn't I?
Hey, I'm not crying for Mr. Diaz. He's getting paid handsomely, 17.25. He's good. He's fine. Yeah. He is fine.
I'm annoyed.
I can.
I'm sure if he has a chance. I'm sorry, Dan. If he has a chance to do it all over again, he would do it all over again.
Yeah.
I kick him in his other knee so he could be out for 2 seasons.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
As long as you pay him.
34 million.
There's your Met fan.
17 plus 17, 34.
That's why y'all don't win.
That's what.
Dan, go ahead. This thing is going way too left. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Mikey just needs to go back and watch the beginning part of this segment. But I can tell you who the Yankees closer is going to be. Whoever the Pirates develop this year.
That's right. Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. We appreciate it.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Y'all definitely send them to New York, whether it's the Yankees or the Mets. Y'all do send them from Pittsburgh.
Listen, and as Dan said that we are absolutely going to have a show. We'll talk about good owners and bad owners, man, coming up soon. So check that. Look out for that one, man.
And by the way, Kev, the World Baseball Classic is currently the second most popular show on that FS1. So just to let you know, people are watching. So
more popular than Speak.
Nope, D, nope.
Oh, hold on, let me check for you.
Nope.
Oh yeah. Oh, D, Speak is number 18 on the show.
Okay.
Well,
you
will have nope.
It ain't first take no more. It's just take.
I would say this.
Take. What about fifth take?
No, first day first is 13th.
No.
I got the numbers right here. Can't stop. I got the numbers. This is facts.
So World Baseball Classic is doing well. They're number 1 on the network.
Number 2 on the network.
Number two.
NASCAR Infinity Series. Xfinity, sorry.
Okay. Shout out to the NASCAR fans doing their thing.
Yes.
No, y'all try to goat me there.
That one pool gets more eyes than what the Tampa Bay Rays standings had the last 2 years. Y'all want to talk about what's more important, this and that, the third.
So maybe
Support your team.
baseball. So maybe support your team, and maybe they can take a book out of how this thing has been going. Because, like I said, it's been a festive. It almost reminds me of watching some of these soccer games across the sea, across the pond, as they would say, right? And they're beating the drums and going on, and from the first inning to the ninth inning, they're doing their thing, man. So
if I bring it back home, and I'm not trying to be funny, it's like watching the Little League, man.
Yes,
it's grown men playing the kids' game all over again because they're not really playing for money.
No.
So they're.
I just read you the numbers, right?
Yeah,
no.
Man, listen,
it's not about the money.
I've enjoyed it. That's all I can say. I've enjoyed watching it. That's all. And I hope I get to enjoy as much MLB baseball this year, and dudes have the same amount of fire in the way they play at the plate and what they're doing.
Absolutely.
That's all.
That's all you want. That's all you want as a fan. I'm saying competition.
That's all you want. So that was a very spirited segment with
the scripts are different. That's all I'm gonna say. Book it.
We're gonna move along. Mike Mills, you ready for us for college basketball? First of all, let me just point out, D-Del, what you got on? I don't know if he put this on purpose.
Night.
But
my night gown.
Got night gown. Oh, Virginia got bounced by what is it? Furman.
Furman.
68-67. Number 4 Virginia in their bracket. They're gone. Mike Mills, I'll hand it off to you. What's going on with college basketball, NCAA basketball?
Ain't this like the second time Virginia got bounced by somebody? Didn't they get bounced by Maryland, Brown County or something a couple of years ago?
Yeah, about 5 years ago, 5 or 7 years ago, Mike.
Yeah, like they always going
like deja vu again.
Yeah. So let's get to the tournament.
All right.
Now, 4-13 upset like Furman, Virginia, that tends to happen very often because like these 13 seeds, like the only real difference between these top seeds and these lower seeds is the guys they recruit and basically the money in their program. So a lot of these lower seed teams, they've been together for a couple years. So when you battle tested, you can play anybody on any field and it's a neutral court. So Furman beat Virginia. That was crazy. That last turnover, man. If I was the coach, he'd be sitting right next to me. Like, that is crazy. Like, I know they pressing. I know it's clutch time, but you can't just throw the ball away. You just can't.
He threw it I believe it's half court, and it
got
over the shoulder by the kid. Yeah, like he was in the street, and you don't even do it in the street.
Yeah.
That was, I seen that. I said, what? Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so shout out to the young man who made that last shot. I knew he was making that
clutch.
Because he did. That was like, they say shoot. He didn't even think about it. He just set up, boom.
It left his hand real good. Yeah.
So shout out to Furman for our first upset of the tournament. We also had another one shortly after. This was a 2 and a 15 upset. Arizona is home. They were beat by Princeton in that intelligent offense. Shout out to Princeton. You know them. You know how them Ivy League schools play.
Intelligent offense. Go ahead.
Right now, Duke is playing. They're playing Oral Roberts, which I thought that was going to be a way closer game than it is.
I did too, Mike, and it's 52-25 Duke.
Yeah, that was definitely supposed to be closer because Max Abrams, the point guard on Oral Roberts, man, he was the man of the tournament, though. He was really out there eating. They had a big, but he transferred out, so they ain't really been the same since. But, I thought Oral Roberts was going to be able to sneak the upset in.
Dude's 4 feet taller. It's kind of hard.
I mean, it's a lot of them 4 feet tall guys that hoop, though.
Yeah, no, they all hoop because they're there. It's just when you run up into a dude 7 feet, and like 4 of them are 7 feet, 4 of them are 7 feet. That's all.
That's a fact.
4 of them are 7 feet.
All right, and the rest of the games we had today on the schedule, Northwestern is beating Boise State at halftime. Shout out to Northwestern. They done made the tournament a couple times in recent years after never being there ever before in life. Arkansas beat Illinois 73-63. San Diego State beat Charleston. Alabama beat Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Kansas demolished Howard as they should have. Missouri beat Utah State. And Maryland beat West Virginia in a close one. In our late games tonight, we got UCLA and UNC Asheville, Texas A&M and Penn State, UL Lafayette in Tennessee, and Houston in Northern Kentucky. I kind of want to watch Houston play, but I got a feeling that's going to be no contest. I feel like they're going to box them early. And get them out of
UNC playing?
Yeah, right. Imagine I said UNC.
I was just thinking that.
I'm sorry. Asheville.
UNC Asheville made it in UNC.
Yeah, UNC Asheville.
Mike.
Mike,
let me ask you. Blue and white too, right? Asheville, right?
Yeah, darker blue. They're not that Carolina.
All right, we'll take them. That's what we got.
They Navy.
We'll take state blue.
Mike,
what's up, host and moderator?
Since what we talked about, we didn't get a chance to talk about. What do you think? Your thoughts about North Carolina kind of saying, hey, NIT, we're not taking your invitation. What's your thoughts?
You got invited to the NIT because you deserve to be in the NIT. So I say you should have took the invitation and figured out what was wrong with your team. That's some more games to play. Figure out what's wrong with them so you bounce back next year. That's like, it's a tournament. This team's in there that want that title, but you're not in it for that. Yeah, if you win it, it's cool, but I say you go out there and fix your team, figure out what's wrong with them.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Is that an AD call or is that the coach's call?
AD call.
I don't know how that works. I think it's an AD call.
It's an AD call. And there's a lot of people in Chapel Hill that is not happy.
So, all right, E, you got your ears to the streets in Chapel Hill. When you say they're not happy, what's going on?
I'll just say this. I don't have, exclusive sources, but I have heard that it was the AD's call.
You hear it?
And yeah, this ear. There's a lot of people.
Be like it's crazy.
There was a lot of people that is sick of this. Man, there's a lot of people that are not happy by them not being in the NITs. So
they should not be. They're right. I agree with him.
Yeah.
I don't care what the AD thought. I swear I don't. I don't care what he thought, man. Like Mike said, other teams may be there to win it. You there to see what freshmen you got right now, especially with this transfer portal thing and NIL and kids coming in and out. This would be a great opportunity for you to make sure the kids you have are worth keeping in your program. That's what it is. You're going to lose Babcock, whatever his name is, the big cat. You're going to lose a few other seniors. Sleepy Black, he probably going to leave. It's the best name in college basketball.
Sleepy Black.
That's the best name in college basketball. But, so that dude there, the guys are going to be leaving, man. So the reality is you got to do what you got to do. And I think I'm not going to say Hubert's a bad coach, but I keep it funky with everyone here. My son played D1 ball. Oh, Leaky Black. Thank you, V-Lac. But
Sleepy.
One of the two. Sleepy Brown and Leaky Black. One of them dudes. One of them. Right? So the one thing I do know that D1 college basketball is all. And I'm not saying coaches can't coach, because we got to this last week with your boy Jimmy Boeheim. So I'm not going there. But what I'm telling you is that college basketball is about recruiting, man.
Hey.
And if you got them dudes, then you got them dudes. Hubert has to learn how to get those dudes. So he got to go sit in somebody's living room and pull that cat nobody thought he was going to pull.
AD, and not only that, even looking, you go into the NIT, you should be scouting the other teams that's there at the NIT, because all them kids are not, all of them are not bad.
Like I said, the NIL, transfer portal, like you're saying right now, D, it's a perfect opportunity to get your eyes on some other cats out to be like, ooh, I thought dude was nice.
Hey,
but he's nice.
Hey, let me tell you,
he's nice.
Let me tell you something. There was a kid that played on UNCC, Charlotte. Jameer Young. Jameer Young was nice with these cats in UNC in that conference USA. He left, went to Maryland. He plays in Maryland now. He plays with the Tarps. So, he was balling. He was good. But that's my thing where, you got to recruit. You got to look at other schools. Now, these kids can play. But it's up to you guys, these recruits, these coaches to look.
Wild West. You may get out there with your dollars. Be there in the garden with your dollars out. You're like, whoa, Who coming? Who coming with me?
VLAC.
And it's not always the.
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just saying it's not always the big recruits all the time. Sometimes it's them guys that just fit your system.
Right.
You just
Facts.
need guys that play the way you need them to play.
Dudes
Like
that
Villanova.
I've
been a Nova fan a long time. When we made the Final Four that first time, we just started recruiting the 5-stars, the guys you got to sit in their mama living room and beg. We were recruiting them. Didn't work out. So what we did, we started going getting guys that was going to stay 3 years, guys that might redshirt a year.
Chunky fat guards. That's
guys
what you
going to play 4 years.
Chunky fat guards.
You said what happened?
Chunky fat guards.
That could post
up.
I'm
telling you, B. I'm telling you, that's what you recruited. B. Dude that played for Miami right now is the first great guard they had in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who spurred their program, man. I used to watch him, B. Then you had Hart, and then you got Brunson. It's all chunky fat guards. They could play, but they were chunky fat guards. It worked. It worked because none of their bigs do anything. I think D'Ancenzo is going to stay in the league for a while.
Chill out. We had bigs. Spellman was a good big. Ochefu had a post game. You a hater. All right.
No, I like D'Ancenzo. Your wings was nice. Bridges, wings was crazy. Your guards was nice. Yeah, I know the positions, y'all, because we went to the camps. I was trying to get my son in one of them uniforms. If I could have snuck him in, I would have. So, believe me, we went up there. And my son got 50 put on him. And that was the end of that. So,
things happen. Anything else, Mike Mills, before we move on to NFL free agency? What you got for us for college basketball?
Nah, there's nothing else I want to mention in college basketball. Let's just enjoy the tournament because there's nothing like the first weekend. I want everybody to tune in as much as you can. It's nothing like the first weekend, I promise.
The first weekend, absolutely. March Madness, they call it for a reason. And D-Dub, like I said, I don't know if he wore that shirt on purpose.
I did.
But yeah.
Trolling.
Yeah, Virginia lost to Furman. What's the name? Furman. What is it? The Furman
Commodores?
Paladins.
The Palladians?
Paladins.
Did I say Palladium? The Palladium?
Yeah, you did. You did.
They're a bunch of buildings.
Wow.
The Furman buildings.
Everybody. I took it back. The Palladium.
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
Hey, V-Lac, I'm going to give you, you old enough to remember this, right? So they got spots. I remember when your boy Calipari, before John Wall and them came. No, between John Wall and the team with the Twins, Calipari got rid of 6 dudes. Because Ryan Harrow and them dudes that Ryan that went to Cannon and all them dudes that was there, he said, I don't know where you're going, but you're going to get the hell out of here. Because I got Anthony Davis and this guy and that guy and these guys coming next year, and y'all got to go. So I'm not saying that that's going to happen, VLAC, but if Hubert don't want them and they don't fit, like Mikey said, he'll help them land somewhere else, but they won't be wearing blue and white next year.
Not that color blue.
Not Carolina blue and white.
No. And I know it sucks, but that is the nature of the beast, though.
Maybe some Asheville blue.
Maybe.
Or University of Pittsburgh blue.
There you go.
Who's still in the tournament?
Not yet, V. They'll be coming. You just got to get rid of some. You got a long year, long summer.
And the NIL can change all that in a heartbeat.
Well, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Kev, on the NCAA basketball tip, the Power 5 conferences are looking to do like they're doing with football, and they're going to black everybody else out because they don't want Furman in there beating on these teams. All right? They're already voting to do the I would have to say I got it from listening to my man DP, the mentor, that don't know he's a mentor. But, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So the NCAA basketball Power 5 are looking to do the same thing that they're doing, or that they're looking to do in football by, not letting all the other conferences even come in and have a, Power 5. Yeah, Michael, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you what they're thinking about doing. So, yeah, I think that Cinderella is a great thing, Mike. So I'm not against you. I'm with you.
Gotcha. So appreciate you, Mike Mills, with the NCAA college basketball tip. Like Mike Mills said, hey, enjoy this weekend. It's March Madness for a reason. Could be a lot of upsets, a lot of great games, a lot of good games. Could be some blowouts like we got Duke and who was beating down. Who did I say? I forgot what they said. But
Oral Roberts.
Oral Roberts, they giving them the business, man. Let me move on.
Sound like
Let me
some
move on real
cookies.
quick to NFL free agency. NFL free agency underwent. Well, I can't talk. It's underway this week. One of my teams, the Giants, they got Darren Waller from the
Raiders.
From the
For
Raiders.
the Las Vegas Raiders.
That was
for a bag of chips.
Raiders.
Yeah, for a fleece deal. The Dolphins. I'm just doing some notables. Then there's been a lot of signings. If I forget, I'll just roll back to it. Jalen Ramsey. He got to the Dolphins. Dolphin fans, y'all happy? I mentioned it. I mean, gee whiz. Okay, he got it. Hey, Zeke is gone. Zeke is no longer a Cowboy. What y'all think about that real quick? I'll give it to D.
Running back killer.
Oh well, Mike Mills. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah,
I ain't got nothing to say. Running back killer. That's it.
I think Zeke got 3 good seasons left. He just got to find the right team. The boy, look, I don't care what you say about salary or anything else. If you watch him when he got the rock, the boy told it hard. He don't give the ball up. He don't put the ball on the ground. The boy still work hard. So I think he get 3 yards with a team with a pretty good offensive line. I think he'll be okay. I don't think he'll be the star running back anymore. He's got his star money, and it's already in the bank. So you can give him short money, and he can back up Derrick Henry, and that'll be a damn good look.
Well, the Titans were looking to put Derrick Henry on the trading block. There was some rumors about that. Don't know how that's true.
Can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that either. But let me move on. Some of the notable signings here. I got the Dolphins. I got the Giants. The Jets and the Green Bay are still trying to work out the Aaron Rodgers deal. So we'll see how that goes. Anything that I missed with the picks? Alan Lazard went to the Jets. Yeah. No, is he supposed to go to the Jets?
They want.
Yeah.
He signed. He's on the
No, he signed. He's a Jet.
Right. Yeah. So he signed. DA, your man Jimmy Garoppolo has moved on. You happy about that? He's moved on to greener pastures he reunites with Josh McDaniels.
Hey, you'll see how that shit goes.
Jimmy,
you go from the baby being next to the fire to the babysitter pushing the baby into the fire. We'll see how that goes.
Hey, Carolina Panthers fans, Miles Sanders, he signs with the Carolina Panthers, leaving the Eagles. I don't know what that was about, but I think that's a good pickup.
Good pickup for them.
Who's giving him the ball?
Yes,
exactly.
Listen, man.
Might be you, Dan. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. A little bit of load management. I'll be in there.
There you go. Is it Dan is first down, Dan.
Listen, they got Red Rifle. They signed him. The plan is for
the who?
The Red Rifle.
So Dan goes first down.
Oh, the
Dalton on second, third.
You're talking about the BB gun, right?
Yeah. Andy Dalton. They signed him. So it seems like the plan is they're going to draft this quarterback from Florida.
Wow.
And he's going to Andy Dalton is going to teach him. And you go.
Wait. Andy Dalton is going to teach who?
Yo, dog, stop. Put some respect on Andy Dalton's name, man. Stop playing, man. He's a pro.
Who is he teaching?
He's a pro, bro. He's a pro.
What does that mean?
He's a pro.
The kid from Florida, the athletic kid.
You gonna teach him to what? Get to the first round and lose? That's what you gonna teach him?
Andy Dalton has nothing in common with.
Hey,
they don't even play similar. Get out of here.
All right.
And
listen, man. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what is going. What they thinking. All right.
I'm trying to initiate.
They trying to put this team together. Okay, so you gotta give them time.
Not that way.
You gotta give them some time.
Hey, you got Cap and Steaming Willie Beeman. So there you go. Come on, Cap.
Yeah,
I know you got one more in your Cap.
It could be worse.
It could be worse. Exactly.
You could be Tampa Bay. You could go from the GOAT to the
Yo, hold up. Andy Dalton's on the Panthers, correct? That's what we talking about?
He did sign with the Panthers, but
He signed with the Panthers are gonna waste the number 1 pick on Anthony Richardson. They're gonna waste that pick.
Yeah.
Draft Anthony and then have him teach him? Get the
hey, Mikey. How long did he play in Cincinnati?
A long time.
And how long did the Steelers and the Ravens bully him for his lunch money?
200 years.
A lot of years. He might have had like 2 years where he beat us out. That was about it.
Every year. So and he went to the Saints. I mean, he's there if you need him, but he ain't your guy to start.
At this stage of his career, he's a relief job.
Who's Jada and what you call him at the same time. And what's the kid from the running back that ran for 2,000 yards that went to New England? They all played with Andy. That was the best team he had. Dylan.
And they still lost. And they still lost.
Yeah, they did. Yes. They did.
Listen, man, listen. What is wrong with the Panthers?
Thank you.
Didn't we have this conversation?
Right, well, this is what's going to happen.
You're right. You're right.
We had this conversation. Go hire some football people.
You want to? It's going to happen.
Go hire some football people.
Well,
why would you draft Anthony Richardson number 1 when you got better quarterbacks available, and then you think Andy Dalton gonna mold him into being the great quarterback you need?
Yo, I didn't use the word mold. I just said he's going to help.
Mold, help, teach, assist, whatever you want to call
it.
He just said
remind people of Cam Newton and the glory days here in Carolina. Let's go.
He big like Cam Newton. That's about it. They ain't nothing.
But
oh my God,
he wasn't going to go that high. They could have stayed where they were at.
Exactly, Dan. Exactly.
That's what I'm getting at. Panther fans, look at me. Look at me, Panther fans. Look at me. Look at me.
Go, look at that.
Nobody, look at me.
Go ahead.
Please do not draft him. Go get Bryce Young. Go get CJ Stroud. Rock, paper, scissors. Flip a coin. I don't care which one of them two you pick. Do not take Richardson and think Andy Dalton is going.
Well, y'all said he had a great combine. His combine was so is it cap or what?
That shit don't matter. You know that shit don't matter.
I know you know.
He sells great combines too. So you don't.
I could take you to Planet Fitness and show you a guy that has a great combine right now, and he won't know how to catch,
Planet
run,
Fitness,
or throw the ball. Like, stop playing with me. I know a lot of workout. We go on Instagram. I get you some workout warriors, and they'll finesse the combine. Yeah. And as soon as that ball gets snapped, it's over.
Couldn't read.
Stop it.
Can't read the defense.
I'm sorry, Carolina. Apparently, that's a no-go for Mike Mills here. But Kev,
Carolina, y'all fucking up.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
On another note, Tremaine Edmonds from the Buffalo Bills, he did sign with the Chicago Bears. I like what the Chicago Bears are doing. They're trying to they're getting some players over there. So
they're trying to lose in style. I like it.
They get a lot of picks though.
This guy's a negative guy, yo.
He's negative today, boy. I tell you. Boy, Mike ain't giving nobody no love. Go ahead, D-Dub.
Yeah, that was a pretty good pickup. Who was John Hargrave left Philadelphia, is going to San Francisco.
Yes.
Tackle.
I like that one. I like that move.
Derek Carr. I don't know if you missed that one. Leaving the Raiders to the Saints.
Yes.
Lamar Jackson is still out.
I was going to ask Mike about that. Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
I already told y'all how I feel. Listen, man, either sign a contract or don't at this point. Like, we the Ravens, though. We're going to go 8-8 without you. We're going to go 11-6 with you. So figure it out.
Okay.
Another good one. Jacoby Myers from the New England Patriots left and went to the Las Vegas Raiders. Thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
We should talk about that.
I'm not really sure that was good. It was a thing.
My thing was y'all didn't want to give that money to Jacoby Myers, but y'all gave the same money to Juju.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. That's just all I wanted to say. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because
they like his TikTok, man.
Yeah. Well, like Juju is not good as Jacoby Myers. Not at this point in time. No,
he's not. He's not.
And Jacoby is not like Megatron. kind of is what it is. And I'm not saying that either one of them are bad, but yeah, Michael, yeah, I'm with you on that one, bro.
But one is definitely better than the other, and one actually knows the playbook already. So what are we doing?
Alan Lazard is how old is he? How old is he?
He's not 27. He's not
okay, so he's still young. 4 years, $44 million. Darius Slayton earlier today signed a 2-year, $12 million to come back with the Giants.
I saw that. Yep.
Paris Campbell, Giants picked up from Indianapolis. He's another wide receiver. Giants needed.
I like that for y'all.
Giants needed wide receivers. They're a little short. I think that might be it for them. Everything else is they probably pick up something in the draft. They also got Bobby Rike. He came from
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that one, but
he's also another Indianapolis guy. So Giants right now, I think they just stacking because
Indianapolis got a lot of, I guess I would say, underachievers, man, because they got a lot of guys. That team was supposed to be super duper duper, and they were not. So when you pick up those guys, just know that's now they fired the coach. They let this go, they let that go. But at the end of the day, you got to say to yourself, okay, where do we sit at? As a team, are these guys any good? So I think the Giants did well. I think we're really early still. I think the only thing that bugged me out was I thought that Jalen going to Miami means that there's a quarterback coming. Either is going to be
Jalen, what are you talking about now? I'm sorry.
Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, because I didn't think they would do that for Tua, because you don't even know if Tua is going to play. You know what I'm saying? But if he was that much of a malcontent, and I'm not saying a malcontent, but if the situation was such and with the Rams that they had to let him go, then it could happen at any reason. But I just figured wow, well, maybe Lamar is going to Miami, because why would this guy go out there, right? Because Tua, you can go to Miami and Tua's not. You don't get a quarterback because Tua's there. At least not in your head right now. Now, he had a great last season. Right. But if his head's not right, you don't know what you got. So, but we'll wait and see what happens.
I got two more things, Kev. I want Dan on this one. Cameron Sutton leaving Pittsburgh, going to the Detroit Lions. 3 years, $33 million he got.
That don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, we picked up Patrick Peterson, so it's basically swapped him out for an older player. And I don't think they were going to give him that much money. They wanted him, but I think the money's what got him out the door.
Ain't no corner on the Steelers roster worth that amount of money. He did right.
3 years, $33 million.
And I always say this, though. You could go back through Steelers history, back to even, when they had the defense in the 70s. That was probably the last time that we had good cornerbacks, besides Rod Woodson.
That's a fact.
Oh, Deion Figures is all right, man.
No, what I'm saying is we've never had top tier like Jalen Ramsey or Sauce Gardner or any of those guys. Those types
of safeties.
Except for
Rod Woodson. But how we get away with that is our front seven get all over the quarterback, and you don't have time. So we make them look better up front. And that's the way it's always been, and it always will be. So for them to get Peterson, it's like, hey, he's going to bring
32 years old.
Yeah, but he's going to bring leadership and experience to help some of these young kids that they got and probably will draft. So I don't mind it.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. E-Dub, is that all you got for the NFL? Appreciate that.
I saw the notables that I see,
correct.
that that is interesting. Everybody else is, they just finding some new teams, finding players to put on. Jordan Poyer signed back with the Buffalo, so he's not going nowhere. James Bradbury back with the Eagles. Yeah, everything else now. Orlando Brown leaving since Kansas City, going to the Bengals. 4 years, $64 million.
That is big. That's huge.
Yeah,
that might be.
They needed that.
Yeah, that's an offensive line.
Sure, they definitely shore up the offensive line for Cincinnati. That is definitely a big time.
That's the S in the shore, because they ain't got nothing else there. So.
Yeah.
The Steelers are trying to get him too.
Yeah.
So I will say this on the Lamar thing.
Go ahead, Dan.
the Ravens are playing this out because what they're doing is they gave them the right to go negotiate with another team a trade, but it wasn't like the two different ones. And basically, they're letting the rest of the league
That's right.
set the price for Lamar's contract.
Yep.
So if it's something that they feel comfortable with, they're going to match it if he does get another deal. But nobody's going to do it because that ties up the money during free agency.
And you're negotiating for the Ravens.
Yeah, you're doing their job.
You're doing their work, right?
Yeah, and that's one of the things. If it's the money's right, then they'll keep them. If it's too much, they'll let them go and take the picks. So that's just going to be a drama-filled thing for all year. And I guarantee if something happens again this year like it did last year where he gets hurt, he ain't going to play.
Right.
He gonna milk out the rest of the season, collect his check, and tell him, hey, you're going to have to pay me again on the franchise tag, double what you paid last year. And we'll just keep doing this.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, if you don't want him, let him go. Trade him.
Cool.
Yeah.
One
more, Kev. Mike McGlinchey leaving San Francisco, going to Denver. 5 years, $87.5 million.
Yeah, Denver's trying to put it out there. Denver's trying to do their thing. Let me move on to the last portion of the show. I don't think we're going to be able to fit these two things in. I'm just going to walk through the NBA real quick. The NBA, you got the I hear a lot of grunting and stuff.
Where's my trainer?
Where's my icy hot?
We ain't even.
Damn.
I think I got turf toe.
We ain't even talk about Aaron Rodgers tonight. Don't be like that, guys. Come on, talk the NBA for a little
My
bit.
hamstring. My ankle.
I did. I said the Jets Aaron Rodgers deal hasn't been done. They're trying to work it out. So until they work it out,
that's foolishness too.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I didn't give too much energy to it because
Alan Lazard was foolishness. I wish you wouldn't have read that off neither.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I wouldn't have had. I mean, he's mad. He's mad because he's. Never mind. I'm not gonna go into Aaron Rodgers. I'm about sick of him.
VLAC says skip the NBA weekly.
VLAC, I'm with you, man. Matter of fact, we could go all the way to the finals, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, the players, right? The players do, right?
Yo, listen, Anthony Davis did not play after winning a game the night before. They said he needed some rest, and this is
that boy for real.
This is an important game against. They're playing the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets,
a team that's supposed to. We need every game to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah,
but I will not be at work tonight.
Yeah, I won't be there.
He could sit against the Rockets. You're supposed to dog walk them. Anthony Davis or not.
Well, they dog walked them.
Yeah, and that was.
They don't have enough players after Anthony Davis to beat the Rockets. Point blank period.
I know Ruji. What's his name? Hichimori. What's his name?
Rui.
Yeah, he's all right, but
he's good. But
he's not enough, bro. He's not going to do that.
Some players, y'all better stop. You put them.
Exactly. The Rockets got some nice young players on that team. They good. You'll see.
Give them two and a coach.
Okay. Well, ain't no need for me. Let me just read us some news items from the NBA real quick.
Real quick.
Just real quick. The Warriors suspended Draymond Green for exceeding the league's technical foul limit. Bulls guard Lonzo Ball, he will be out for the whole entire 2023-20.
Yeah, he might as well hang it up, bro.
Played yet, so yeah.
He might as well. He might as well hang it up. I think it's over.
Borgen Bogdanovic with the Hawks, he signed a 4-year, $68 million extension. Ja Morant, I don't have enough time to get into it. He got suspended by 8 games by the NBA for conduct detrimental to the league.
I thought they let him back in.
Yeah, they did, and they gave him 8.
8 more.
Give it 8 more.
8 total.
Yeah, for faking thuggery. I don't know what is.
All right. Sorry,
tomfoolery. Come on, we don't got time.
Yeah, man.
You're not real talk though.
It's 8, but it's already including what he already.
It wasn't that fucking bad. He's a 23-year-old kid. He did some dumb shit with a gun. Why do we go through all this melodrama, man? Why are we making this shit more than what it was? Why? Did he shoot somebody with the gun?
It's the USA, DA.
It's the USA.
What's you saying this? Iverson?
Iverson ain't shoot nobody with no guns. He ain't had no guns.
Listen, man.
Oh, he tore up the bowling alley. Oh.
That was a real fight for your life.
That was a fight. That was a brawl.
He tore up the bowling.
But nah,
Yo, we got.
They want to kill him for tearing up.
My thing is,
go ahead, Mike.
As a fan of strip clubs, I've never wanted to take a gun to the strip club. Nor have I ever needed one in the strip club. So I don't know what he got going.
Yeah,
but the thing is, why post a gun? Why?
Yeah, you gotta be smart.
Like, even if he did
Let's
it,
not even talk about it.
Even if he did it,
why post it?
Why are you saying you ain't got to work for 20 days because you posted a gun? You bring your ass back to work. Bring your ass back in here to work. All right?
But
okay,
the kids look up to him, and
so him not working does work. Does what?
It protects the kids from
protects
not watching.
From what?
From not watching their favorite player.
From seeing a gun.
Yeah. That their mama and daddy have. That their mama and daddy have.
That rather than seeing a gun on Deadpool that he put in a dude's mouth and blew the back of his brains out with.
Okay, we gotta know. We must move on.
I'm sorry, Kev. I can't do this.
I tried. I moved past it. I just was trying to report the news. All right, what else do we got here? Oh yeah, that's it with the excuse me, Andre Iguodala. He underwent surgery for his fractured wrist.
Andrew Wiggins, what? Anything going on with him? What?
I don't see anything going on with him.
I heard something about it.
I did see a note with the Warriors. The Warriors are like 7-27 on the road. I don't understand that. Don't understand that. So we got a few minutes left. We got about 3 minutes left before we get on out of here. There's reports. Let me get this right. Shout out to VLAC. He actually sent this to me before we came on this morning. MJ, number 23, Michael Jordan is prepared to sell the Charlotte Hornets. Jordan is engaged.
Hallelujah.
This is according to Ryan Young of Yahoo Sports. Jordan is engaged in serious talks to sell a controlling portion of the franchise to an ownership group led by current minority owner Gabe Plotkin and Atlanta Hawks minority owner Rick Schnall, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojciechowski. Specifics of the deal are not known yet. Though a sale is not imminent, Jordan is expected to keep minority stake in the team, but Plotkin and Schnall would become co-governors. Real quick, I'll go around. I'll start with Dan, and then we'll go from there. Dan, what you got on MJ selling the team?
You asking me like I care. No, I mean, my whole thing is like, even like with nutting with the Pirates, if you're not going to try to put a winning team on, the field, the court, whatever. If you're just, sopping up to, make money, sell it to somebody who cares. Yeah, I'd rather see them like get an owner that tries to sign players to try to win. That's, and take your money, and like DA said earlier, head up on the Concord, hit that mall with the old lady.
No, we'll buy the mall.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? Yeah. D-Dub, what you got?
Yo, bro, he got do something with the team. I agree with Dan. I mean, if you're not going to open your pocketbook and try to attempt to win, I mean, I don't know what we're doing. You just have a team just to have a team, just because you're a billionaire owner or a billionaire, and you just going through the cycle. Rinse and repeat. And are
you saying he's like the Pittsburgh Pirates owner and the Cincinnati?
Yeah, he's like the rest of these small market. Some of these guys. I really got to sit down and analyze this thing, because this small market thing that these guys do. They might win like the Marlins, and then all of a sudden do a fire sale. We got that stupidness going on. I don't know, if you're not trying to win, and they're not really trying to. It's business for them. They're just trying. This is like a laundromat for them.
DA, I'm gonna give it to him. DA says it all the time, man. Their main objective is to catch
profits, man.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
If he's losing, if he's selling the team over, it's to make more money, right? He wasn't a billionaire when he got the team. He's a billionaire team because he had the team. The reality is this, man. I think this year, the thing with Bridges, the other cat, I think they was gonna have a pretty good team. That dude getting locked up hurt them because he was like kind of the linchpin, and I think the ball kid got hurt pretty early. That said, Mike has not been a great owner,
No.
but that's probably because of his ego, and you got to hire good people and not friends. And I guess you being in the NBA so long, maybe too many friends because he didn't have good scouts, probably didn't have good GMs and good presidents and everything else. So Mike probably just didn't surround his team with the right people.
You fire a coach and then bring the same coach back.
Listen, we joke about that last night. The Knicks got rid of Hardaway to pay Hardaway to bring Hardaway back, right? So these are things that bad organizations do, whether it's coaches, players, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's what you do. So, like I said, he's going to make more money, and maybe him and Charles Barkley can make up and be friends again because he don't own the team. And, hey, he tried. He gave it a shot. And, look, I'm going to give him props because he came in there and gave it a shot, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he opened the door for the king to own the team.
Mike, your thoughts on the MJ selling the Charlotte Hornets, the majority controlling interest?
Michael Jordan is the GOAT basketball player, a terrible GM, and just a plain old bad owner. He needs to stick away from basketball management and just go do something else. I mean, he's never really – those other teams you're talking about that win and blow up, he never had those situations because he never really had a team that really won one. He's never really had a team like that. But we know he's not the best scout because we've seen him as a GM, and we know he's not the best at player personnel. So I wish him the best in whatever he do. But, yeah, go ahead and sell the team. Everybody's not meant to run a team. Just like everybody's not meant to be the best player on the team. So just because you had one don't mean you were supposed to get the other.
Gotcha. Thank you, Mike. The angry one, your thoughts on Michael Jordan selling the Charlotte Hornets, the controlling interest of the Charlotte Hornets?
It's about time. I mean, I agree with everybody else said up here. Ain't nothing else really to say. I mean, you done changed the damn uniforms 50,000 times. You done changed the court and all this other stuff, and yet and still your team. I mean, I thought they at least would have a spark when they drafted Ball, but it's still the same thing. If you ain't got the right pieces around him, it doesn't even matter. He's not going to stay there. So.
I forgot. They went from Bobcats to the Hornets back again. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say what I want to say, but hopefully he could go play golf full time now and enjoy, the Jordan 3s coming out for the 50th time, and people still going out to buy them. So, shout out to Mike, man. You still
the GOAT.
You're still top 2 and you're not second. So it is what it is.
Shout out to Mike. I'll give my thoughts on this. Mike has not done very well owning the Hornets / Bobcats or whatever you want to call them now. Well, excuse me, the Hornets. And it's reflective of, like you said, the bad general managing stuff. It's just hasn't molded well. And, sometimes you got to know, as a businessman, you got to know when to fold them. And he's folding them, and he's going to give somebody else an opportunity. And Charlotte Hornet fans, hopefully this can be better because, the Hornets are stuck in this purgatory thing of, they're not great and they're not good. And just move after move just hasn't boded well for them. And like I said, as I concluded the show, I said we're gonna do a special, just a special where we talk about good owners. What's the good owners? What's the bad owners? And like DA always alluded to, at the end of the day, they're trying to turn a profit. That's it. They're trying to turn a profit. Some want to win. If it comes with they win, they'll win. But you can tell those that's in it just to
laundromat.
Yeah, the Cincinnati Reds owner, awful. Pittsburgh Pirates, Dan, you know what time it is with them. Dan, what about, and we're gonna get out of there. Who's the worst owner in the NHL? Your opinion?
Well, I really, I was gonna say, I mean, rest in peace. But the dude that owned the Senators was kind of that way before he passed.
Oh, okay.
And they're up for sale. So that's going to probably go for a record amount of money. And I think, was it Ryan Reynolds is part of a group that's trying to buy him?
Wow.
So
Okay.
hopefully they get that settled. But I would say he was one of those ones that didn't want to spend the money.
Yeah. Fans are called fanatic for a reason, and when your team doesn't do the right things to try to win, it's very frustrating. So, with that said, hey, great show tonight as always. The six of us had a good time tonight. We'll give our partner shots real quick. So before we get on out of here, I'll start with Mike Mills. Mike, what you got for us, sir?
Nothing too crazy. Glad to be here with all of us together. Apologize for my tardiness. I was feeling a little bit under the weather, but I'm good. I'm bounced back. For my partner shot tonight, my mixtape drops tonight at midnight. The last summer, I've been talking about it for so long. It's finally completed and together, and it will be on all streaming platforms at midnight. Tap in, please, 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 please.
Last midnight.
So, the last summer at midnight.
Excuse me, the last summer at midnight. I stand to be corrected. The angry one, what you got for us, brother?
Yo, another great show as always. You know, having the Supreme Six in the building. You know what I'm saying? Don't quote that. 'Cause I know that was whack, but I couldn't think.
It was
of
kind of
anyway. Yeah. My bad.
It wasn't terrible.
I'm a little tired. Anyway, yeah, I'll come up with something better in like another year or so. Anyway, yo, shout out to VLAC as always, showing the support in the comments, and everybody out there in Twitch and Facebook land, YouTube, or wherever else. You know, y'all catching us tonight, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Sir.
Please remember to like. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell everybody that Sports Chasers is here. We ain't going nowhere. We're gonna bring you that real every Thursday. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the Chasers, man. We've come a long way, and we still got some ways to go. And we here for it, man. We here for it. Cop the merch soon coming. You know, check out the website, check out our newsletter. You know what I'm saying? We got some hotness coming for y'all, man. Everybody be safe, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be safe. And I just want to do a quick special happy birthday shout out to my man, D-Dub. His birthday is tomorrow. Shout out to you, brother.
Birthday.
Happy 365 to you, brother.
Yeah.
You know
Appreciate it.
Blessings and whatnot. And that's it, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Catch y'all.
So D-Dub, I'm going to give it to you. He's the birthday boy tomorrow.
Yeah.
What you got for us? Party shots, bro, my brother. Go ahead. Happy birthday.
Y'all go drink some green beer tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, some green beer. Get you a green cake. Celebrate. Yeah, man. Nothing, man. I ain't got nothing. Have a good show. You know how we do every Thursday, 7:30. Come check us out. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.
Happy Stone Cold Day.
It's 3/16.
Appreciate that, brother. DA, what you got for us, man? Because you came out firing this tonight, boy.
He gonna give us some more money.
Give us another
$5.
$5. Hold on, let me put that
code up. Put the code up.
Put the code up. DA, we can't hear you, bro. There you go. Give us that $5, man.
All right, man. Son of a hey.
Yeah, we're gonna have to head on with that Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, what everybody else said. That's all. That's it. What everybody else said, man. Take care, everyone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dan, did I get you? I'm sorry, Dan. Did I get you?
No.
Go ahead, Dan. What you got for us, bro?
I was just gonna say, if it wasn't copyrighted, we got to get the 5 on it song.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Yeah, just say great show. Good to see everybody. You know, all of us being here at the same time.
Yes, sir.
You know, great conversation and debates. You know, and like Lack said, you know, I was watching the Call of Duty this weekend, and Optic Texas almost went the whole way through the losers bracket to win. Came up short in the final. So, you know, we're gonna get a little bit of that in here probably after the pod here. Go get some bodies. And, you know, everybody
what channel do you guys watch that stuff on, man?
Twitch.
Okay, got it. I ain't got that, but I'll find it.
It's an app.
Yeah.
Or a website. Either or.
Yeah. Just sign up, create a profile with password, and click away.
Sound like Twitch need to be paying us.
Soon
Twitch, holla at us.
Yeah, Twitch, holla at us. What else, Dan? You got?
Yeah, just everybody take care and have a good rest of their night.
Got it. Hey, I don't have nothing heavy night. It's always a joy to have all of my dudes on. This is an incredible journey, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Just talking sports and just hollering at guys, and we make it do what it do. And I appreciate each of the guys here. We're individuals, and we come together and make it one. So I'm very appreciative of that. Make sure, as the other guys have said, make sure you like, click, subscribe to the channel. We're also on all major podcast platforms. So if you missed this, you want to go back to the day one when we first started, where you heard Mike squeaking and popcorn cracking in the back. Yeah, go ahead.
Volume down.
Yeah, turn the volume down. Benjas, man, it's we've come a long ways, like E saying. We got a long ways to go, man. But I'm very appreciative to that. Yes, we got a newsletter. Make sure you check out our newsletter. It drops every Monday. Dan gave a very good one on Dan. What was the young lady's name? I'm sorry, I missed her name.
Hey, Brianna Decker.
Brianna Decker. So Dan wrote a very good piece on that. Check us out, man. We are journalists, so we get the real. D-Dub wrote a good one a couple weeks ago about boxing. The DA's up next. I can't wait to see what he's got. Oh my God.
He's giving us some more money. That's what he needs to be on there.
I got 5 on it.
God damn. Yeah, I said it might be too long. So how long is too long? I got about 5 pages so far.
Nah, that's
damn.
5 pages.
You writing graphic novels, ain't you?
Hey,
reading that?
Cut a couple of pages off for me in 6 weeks.
5 pages on what?
Well, maybe we give you 2 parts. We'll give you 2.
Let him take. Yeah, he could take my week too.
No, Mike.
Next one.
No, Mike. You don't get out of that. No.
My stuff is on fandoms and do we need to be defenders of the fans when the fans don't defend themselves?
Oh damn. Okay, well I have to switch up.
5 pages worth of that shit. Yeah.
5 part series.
It's some old WEB the boy shit. Huh?
I gotta
WDH the voice over there. That's crazy.
Yeah. Once I proofread it, I'll knock it down some. Believe me.
Alex Haley.
If you need to pick
anyway, James Baldwin.
Iceberg Slim over there writing the pit manual for the fans.
Hey man, I'm just saying, don't spend your money where you ain't got to spend your
money.
Hey,
we love the DA, man.
I'm just saying, don't spend it where you ain't got to spend.
He said 5
read a book. He said read a book.
Read a book.
He said read his book. God.
Read
that book.
Y'all about. Let me stop that.
Make sure you subscribe to the newsletter. Please go to our website. Go down to the end at the bottom. Put your email in. You'll get all the last 4 issues of the website. I got to get out of here, man, because it's getting, in the words of Eric, one time the episode was getting spooky before somebody else say something crazy. Hey, on behalf of myself, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin O'Warren, your host and moderator. For Mike Mills, James Baldwin, Iceberg Slim, the DA, James the Angry One Warren, Daryl D. Warren, the birthday boy. Happy birthday, my boy. Love you. And Dan, our hockey guy, man. Hey, this is a Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all be good, be blessed. We see y'all next week. Peace.